What's up, guys? Yes, I like my soldering equipment the same way I like my women. Hot. Cheap. And they have to... So today on this video, I'm going to be doing a product review on my new toy. So this is a really cheap desoldering tool. Honestly, I've never actually used a desolderer like this. The only time I've ever used a desolderer is the kind that's essentially separate from this tool. This is an all-in-one device. So this has got the pump right here. Oops. And this heats up, obviously, and then whenever you're on the joint that you're looking at, then just hit that button, and then supposedly it takes it all out. And we're gonna go over this product. I'm gonna get the GoPro going, and we're gonna do some tests to see if it's actually any good. I also bought me a new soldering iron. I really don't think I need to do a review on a soldering iron. I mean, I don't see that being anything special about it to where, oh, I've got to do a review on it because it's a soldering iron. What else is there to say about it? Anyways, I desperately needed an upgrade on my soldering iron. I'll have to show you what I'm currently using compared to what I've got now.
Old and busted, new hotness.
Alright guys, so this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using this tool as if I'm going to be using it when I'm on a location with machines. I'm not going to have a nice pretty table to work on at all times when I'm dealing with machines. So what I'm typically going to do and how I'm going to be using this tool is on location. So when I had to replace the transistor, I'm going to be using the service outlet that is in machines. So I'm going to plug this in how I would normally plug anything else into the service. And we're going to see how long it takes for this thing to heat up. I can feel it warming up. I'm thinking since it's brand new, it wouldn't surprise me that whenever it gets ready, it'll probably start smoking. I want this thing at its peak before I start really judging how well it does. Okay, it looks like we're ready, guys. Solder's melting pretty quick, so here we go. Let's try this sucker out. First connection. Not gonna lie, that looks pretty good, so let's go for the next one. Okay, I'm going to switch to a different board. This is obviously a non-working board, but I wanted to show more of connections like this, where your connectors are at. I see that this tool being useful, but only for big connections, because the smaller ones do not work too well. So it didn't desolder it enough to where on the first go around it would just come out. I'll tell you what though, it did get rid of a lot of damn solder off of there. Let me try doing one more pass through. For connections wise, connectors, I could definitely see the perk for this tool. So when it comes to big connections like this, yeah, works pretty good. Hell of a lot faster than what I used to have to do, using a lot of wick and a separate vacuum. So yeah, I mean, I could see me knocking out a board within like 10 minutes or so, depending on the size of the board and how many connections I'm doing. But yeah, thumbs up on that size of connections. Let me try smaller ones again. Let me try getting on there. And let's see if I can remove this transistor here. No, just can't get that one right there. No stem sticking out. What about this big old giant hunk of solder stuff right here? Let's try this stuff. This will show me how good this vacuum really is on here. And no, this is not my soldering job that's on here. This is off a machine that I've got that I obviously don't use this board anymore. Man, there's so much damn solder on here, it's difficult for me to melt this shit. Well, I think I need to clean the tip too. Yeah. Let me get on that. Alright, I got the tip cleaned off. Let's see if I can remove this capacitor right here. Just not having much luck with these connections that are real low. I don't have anything to get around. Yeah, these little bitty connections not so well. Let me try another connector board and see what we get. Removing connectors, guys. So far, I want to say that this desolderer is what's going to be what it's used for. There you go. Another connector removed. Relatively quick. And guys, one more portion on this. I wanted to show you how you clean this in case it needs it. I mean, I had to kind of figure it out, but it's actually not that hard. Essentially, all you need to do is just apply a little pressure downward and pull up. And then this all comes apart right here. Then you have just the iron portion. Then you have plastic tube, spring, and that. And you just clean it off or scrape it out, whatever you want to do, shake it out. And slide it back into position. There we go. So this desoldering tool, do I think it's essential to your tool inventory? I'm not completely sold on how essential it is, due to how it's basically, in my opinion, when it's only really shining on the connector solder joints, whereas on the smaller ones, like smaller transistors, resistors, or diodes and stuff like that, I'm not able to get a good vacuum where it's actually beneficial to me, where I'm still gonna have to use other means. But when it comes to removing connectors with this thing, you bet your ass. I mean, I'm definitely gonna use this here at the house if I have to switch out connectors and things like that. Or if I feel like it's a big enough solder joint that I should be able to get a good enough suction, then I will be whipping this thing out. And I'm not upset that I spent money on it. I think I got it for like 15 bucks. So, well worth it. I mean, so goodbye. I mean, yeah, it's a good buy. So if you're willing to spend the 15 bucks for a desoldering iron, yeah, get it. I mean, it's definitely got its uses. I mean, I can't complain too much because, like I said, I only spent 15 bucks on it. But I mainly got it for mobile use. I wanted to be able to use this while I'm on locations dealing with machines. And more commonly, the fixes that I have to deal with on machines is having to resolder or desolder. But it depends on the connection. But I'm still going to bring it along. I'm going to add it to the toolbox. So in the end, guys, do I recommend this for you? Yes. For $15, you can't go wrong. It's worth it. I will leave a link down in the description below so you can see if it's something that you want to look into getting. It took about a week when it came to just snail mail ground shipping. It took about 6 days. That's including the weekend. You might be able to get it somewhere cheaper. I mean, I've seen lots of different sites that have this particular design, so just look for this design. Look for that design right there, guys. And I'm sure it does the same exact thing as this one does. That's going to wrap up this video, guys. I'm hoping that I gave you some information on whether or not you should be getting this desoldering iron tool or avoid it at all costs. That is a decision that is up to you, but at least now you have a little more info on whether or not you should go for it. That's all for this video, guys. Until next time, peace out.